No, I want you to be. All right, let's see if we can see my face. Can you see my face?
Yes, this is this. There you go.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to share this on my business page. So it's just going to take a minute. And do you want to share your face or no face?
No, I'm good.
No face? Aww. And if people decide that they want to hop in, they can, because I have the link. So otherwise, we'll just do this. So, oh, it says I'm live, but I don't see a face. Oh, there's my face. See, I'm just as bad as you are.
I know. You make me laugh just as much as I make you laugh.
Oh yeah, I've been in the sun a lot actually, which has been really nice. But now I almost feel like I need more shade. This doesn't take very long. All right, I feel like that did something. Here we go. All right, so we're here to talk about money and abundance because I do have a program coming up starting on June 2nd. It's a 6-week program. And I kind of wanted to just do a free masterclass so that anybody that wanted to hop in and experience what it would be like to be in the program, they could. And so we have Joanne, yay. And which is even better because I was saying before we were recording this, that I really just trust in the process in terms of like who is meant to be in a certain space with certain people and that sort of thing. So something tells me that there'll be a lot of people watching on Facebook that want to kind of like listen from as an outsider rather than an insider, which is great because whatever we bring up to the surface, I feel like is going to be related to others as well. So you're helping other people too. So I'm just going to introduce myself. So my name is Robin, and I own a business called Robin's Healing. And the reason why I chose to focus on money and abundance in this program is because I have been working with a coach for, I'd say, over a year and a half now. And a big focus in our programs has been all about money. Money blocks, money clearings. And I feel like that's a big topic that a lot of people don't discuss because it's like, oh, well, we don't really talk about money. We don't talk about our habits. We don't talk about our debt. But meanwhile, there could be a lot of shame around money. And like a lot of people tend to struggle with habits in relation to spending. And some people have a lot of issues with even karma around money and things like that. Like it's really important that you don't hang on to money, that you give it away. You don't need to hang on to it because when you die, you don't have it anymore anyway. And then you have the other people who are very, save. It's not okay to spend. And then they might feel like they don't have enough pleasure in their life because they're nervous about what the future is going to bring. So that's kind of what I was feeling called to with people. And also the energy of abundance, meaning money is not, abundance and money are different things. I feel money is the actual material, and it feels like abundance is kind of like, in a way, the feeling, right? So when we work on manifesting abundance and attracting things into our life, what we're really doing is we're attracting the feelings of what we desire. And so if it's I desire to feel more luxurious, to have a pool, to have a hot tub, to have a jacuzzi tub, whatever it is, often we want that so we can spend more time with family and have more get-togethers. Or some people, it might be, well, I want people to think that I'm rich, or I want people to think that my house is the best, or whatever it is. So we all have different reasons. And that's what I really wanted to tap into in this program, is kind of the layers of money and abundance. And that often abundance to me is a feeling or an emotion. And money is kind of that that actual material side, but then we have feelings that come with it. And how can we bring the material in with the positive emotions? And how can we get more pleasure into our life? And obviously, we want to do great things with the energy that we have, like keep the positive energy flowing. But also, everybody's a little bit different. So I like to experience how when we do these types of calls, that like everybody will have a different reason for why they want something or why they don't want something, which brings me into you, Joanne. So what brought you into this space and how does that relate to you, if you don't mind sharing?
I think it's more like when you grow up and events happen that make you either love money or hate money. And it's like, why I'm here is because I realized that if I want to live to my fullest, I need the money, the material money, to be able to have the feeling and have the abundance to help other people.
Okay, perfect. And so your ultimate goal, we'll just say, because we're going to be doing this call tomorrow night as well. So tonight we're doing module 1 to 3. And typically when I do the program, it's each week we work on one module at a time. So our first module is gratitude. And tonight we're just doing 3 modules condensed into one kind of session, just so I can explain little small pieces of it. And then if people are drawn into that, they can join us. But the tomorrow night we have the other portion of it, and I just want to kind of see what comes up for us tonight, since it's just you and I and probably some energy of other people, just what comes up and how it trickles into tomorrow night, because something tells me it'll be very interesting to see how I don't know, how things unfold, I guess, because often the point of this is to make changes kind of quickly. So if you want to make a difference in somebody else's life, or you want to attract more money so you can start something specifically, I kind of want to go into what your goal is. Does that make sense?
Well, my goal is to have a safe haven for anybody that wants an hour of peace. Like opening my little hut, let's say. That is my immediate goal.
Okay, so what's your little hut? What is that?
Well, it's gonna be like I don't know. That's where it's like I'm drawing a blank, let's say.
Okay, well, when you say a hut, what is the purpose of the hut?
Is to be able to give the gifts I was given and help other people through life.
Okay. Interesting. All right. So I'm kind of getting purpose, like you're working on purpose a little bit more.
Yes.
Like you really want to pursue like going deeper into your purpose, and then by doing that, you'll essentially amplify that energy out to more people. And yes, abundance will come, but it sounds like your goal is to keep recreating or regenerating more for others and for yourself.
Okay, yeah.
Is that kind of what you mean?
Yes.
Are you sure?
Yes. Yes.
Well, like regeneration, what does that mean to you when I say that?
I want to take the negative and turn it into positive, where you're regenerating energy and you're putting positive instead of the negative. I don't know if that's what you meant.
Yeah, well, so it sounds like you want to make a change. You want to make a change in your life. You want to make a change in other people's lives.
Yes.
So you could say in a different way is I want to make a difference in somebody else's life.
I want to help other people find the tools to have a happy life.
That's
where right
amazing.
now I've worked for about 10 years now of getting the tools, and now it's like the tools are all in one box and I have to sort them out and say, okay, which tool goes where, and organizing my, you realize I am translating in English at the same time. So it's like,
Yeah, I mean, you can speak French, but I have to understand too.
yeah.
So
I've gathered a lot of tools in the past 10 years, and I want to put them into use now and to help other people get the same tools to be able to have as a happy life as I do.
okay, yeah. So like, I'm gonna say to grow, like to have more growth in their life.
Yes.
Okay, that feels good. Okay, so I just wanted to gather some knowledge and information there, just so I can get a better understanding. So that's wonderful. I think that's so nice that you're that kind, that your main focus is actually to have more so that you can offer things to other people instead of it being like your Porsche or, money in the bank that makes you feel
But
rich.
I've come to realize that I can have the Porsche and still help people.
Okay.
But it would be a Corvette, no, but anyway.
Well, and this is really important, I feel like, to identify as well, is like that's part of kind of like self-worth, I guess, that you're worthy of having the ideal career and the ideal home and the ideal partner and all of those things that you desire, and you can have it all instead of feeling like that's not possible, like I can't have the car and have that type of work.
The upbringing that we had in my mind, and it's like my translation was, it's better to be poor than rich and snobbish, but you can be rich and not snobbish. So it's learning to love money for the right reasons is more what I'm working on.
And I'd say you're already pretty good at this. When you say you have a pretty good grasp.
Yes. I'm saying, okay, now I need abundance. I need abundance.
Okay. So we're going to kind of work on just like little things, because in module 1, it's all about gratitude. So when we come from a space of gratitude, so that's like our first week that we're going to be working on, is really just getting in the space or the energy of, oh, I'm so thankful and thank you. And, every so many minutes, even, you can just say thank you just inside of your head, and just reminding yourself of, why am I grateful? Why am I thankful? What is it specifically? So even getting more descriptive in what you're grateful for can be really supportive. So if you were just to share, we'll say like 3 things, because this might become like we're creating habits, right? If you were to pick 3 things that you're grateful for, what, just off of the top of your head, what would they be?
I woke up this morning. My husband. And I don't have to worry about bombs falling on my head. It's stupid, but it is like I've come to realize as I'm growing that sometimes we stress over little things, but there's right now there's a war going on, and you should say being grateful that we're not part of it. I have a sister in Germany, and she's like, she has to be ready to fly and ready to leave at any moment. So it's, like I say, being grateful to be alive. And
but even so, okay, so this is where I want to start doing some clearings, if you're okay with it. I know you know what theta healing is, but just for anyone watching, I have a blog through my website. They can read about what theta healing is. A lot of people talk about theta healing in terms of muscle testing. I'm less in, some people are really crazy about muscle testing. It's important, but for me, I feel like we naturally know intuitively our yeses and our nos. We get, when something's a no, you just kind of naturally go, no, I don't agree with that. Well, I know you and I feel that way anyway. I feel like we have strong personalities. You just know how you feel about something. And then when you get like a strong yes towards something, yes, I want that. It's more of like a comfort feeling. So muscle testing, we can do that in tons of different ways. But for me, what I'm getting even just in this space is it's that feeling of knowing like, yes, this is safe for me, or yes, this is okay for me to accept, or no, I don't really feel like I need that right now. And that's just part of like accepting the timing of things. If you say no to something, or something's not relating to you, that's okay. There's no judgment there. It doesn't matter to me what you accept or what you don't accept. It's just when you do feel that desire to have these things or have these feelings, then it's like just agree to it. Because by agreeing to something, it's saying, hey, to the universe, I'm open to this. I desire this. I would like to vibrate this. And as a practitioner, I come in and I offer that to you. But that's something that you are also doing with me. So this is something that we can also do independently as well. And that's kind of what I'm interested in teaching people in this program, is how to be more independent on a weekly basis. So over essentially the 8 weeks, they can start to feel more empowered and inspired to speak to the universe and ask for things and be grateful when those things come in. So I just wanted to share that piece for people that don't understand the process of theta healing. What happens on my end is I tune into the energy of the people that I'm working with. And so Joanne specifically is who I'm choosing to tune into right now. And as I feel into her energy, it being an intuitive myself, I can feel into what I feel like she's feeling. And then I can ask the universe to release things that she's experiencing that aren't serving her. And then I can replace that energy with something that she would like to vibrate or manifest. And so when it comes to abundance, when she tells me what she wants to attract, I can offer that to her as a download. And so we call these downloads, but really all we're doing is just communicating with the universe. And in module 2, what we talk about is the energy of prayer, and the law of attraction, and the importance of keeping our energy where it needs to be, so that when we do ask for things, we're in a receptive state. And when we're in a receptive and open state, things are more likely to happen. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay. So I want to just do a couple clearings on some of the things that you said already. So again, anyone that's watching can say yes to these as well. That's part of sharing the space. And same thing when you watch replays, you don't have to be present in order to receive this and for things to start shifting and moving. That being said, we have to be open continuously. So you say you want, I'll be all right. I'm tongue twisted today, but we'll just say your goal is $1 million. So that's your goal. But if you're not open to $1 million, that's when we do the muscle testing. Am I open to $1 million? And then what I do is I kind of just lean forward or lean back. One for yes, like yes is a forward, no is back. Am I open to $1 million? Yes. So Joanne, when you go to do that exercise,
I just did.
and what happened?
I was stiff as a board because I
Right.
was too.
Right.
I wasn't, but.
And that's
no,
okay.
but you know what I mean? I tried it and nothing happened because I knew I wasn't grounded, we'll say.
Relaxed. Okay. So that's another aspect to this type of healing. We usually do grounding and meditation, things like that ahead of time. And also after your session, when we do a lot of clearings, that's why I feel like it's really important to integrate things that after this, we're going to come back on tomorrow, but that in the actual program, we do the full week. So it gives you time to experience life. And then we use the Facebook group, our private Facebook group, in order to share things that we're experiencing that are coming up for us, so that when we work on things the following week, we have a better idea of where we are based on things that are coming up. Because often we'll forget about things that have happened. So it's just kind of a way to share. And sometimes I'll come on to the Facebook group and I'll do some theta healing based on some of the heavier things that are coming up for people. But the key thing here is that we want to be open after our sessions to receive the things that we said that we wanted. Because energetically, if you're like, yes, I do want $1 million, it's like, okay, but realistically, we know there's a lot of work that's going to come with that, right? We know that that means we have to make some changes. So when we present ourselves into the space, that means I'm really ready to manifest. I'm really ready to make a change. So we want to be very gentle with ourselves during times where we're going through healing, because logically we might feel like we're ready for something, but energetically our bodies might not be ready to really get going, right? So that's just something to be aware of, to take a little pressure off of ourselves, because we might think that we want one thing and it ends up being something else. And so it's okay to change your mind with things. So it's really just about changing, I think, our perspective of how we're looking at things and reevaluating. So that being said, as we ground, does that all make sense to you?
Yes.
Okay.
And it's funny because I've been getting downloads like for the past week, because I've been walking extra and stuff like that. And I went to the zoo and got some downloads from the animals and stuff. It was
And when you say downloads, what happens to you?
well, I stared down an animal for like 10 minutes and then he just shook his head and left. And then it's like but I mean, I connected with most of the animals there. I don't know if they're going to make a space for me but might get a bed there. It was.
That's so funny.
It's no, because even when I go walking and stuff like that, I get like these downloads or these ideas and these like, relax, Rome wasn't made in a day, and like just stupid stuff comes in my mind, and I figured you're right. It's like, relax. Today's, just live for today and don't stress and don't. Yeah. It's like all kinds of things are coming in my mind, and I aligning myself, I should say.
Yeah.
Because we talked about alignment the last time we saw each other, and it was more like saying it was a hectic week and I needed like after.
Yeah, I think a lot of people are feeling that way as well. So I wrote down for you, your environment is really important. So that's probably why when you relate to the animals that you feel that sense of connection, because animals are very therapeutic. And they don't speak, but yet they communicate so well, I find. And if you're an open channel, animals tend to really, I feel like, flock to us. And even you've been over to my place and the dog came running after you.
Yes.
I think you have some.
And mind you, I don't know how much he weighs, but he outweighs me.
Yeah. So it's just funny, but he flocks to you. And working with your energy as well, I felt a strong connection to birds as well. I just felt a little more sensitive to the sky and what was going on in the sky. So that might be just as a side note to pay more attention to what's going on above you as well, looking up at the sky a bit more. Do you do that a lot?
Every morning. Yeah. I have I go outside and it's like I go walking and I don't even need my music because it's birds everywhere, and it's my famous crows. I love my crows, and it's like they were always an omen, and then all of a sudden I started realizing, like, shifting my thoughts, and they're not omens, they're signs. They're signs to, most of the time they're good luck signs. So, and when I change my mind and think of it that way, the bad luck doesn't come because I won't allow it.
I love that. So it's kind of like you change your mindset maybe when you're in nature more, or doing more of that stuff. Yeah, because you mentioned grounding. So that might be something to just continue to do, maybe when you're doing some of these exercises. So after this, even tonight, or in the morning or daytime tomorrow, that might be something, if I give you a little bit of homework maybe just make sure that you're outside when you're doing those things instead of inside. I feel like you know that already, but I'm just sharing it again.
Yeah, you're reading my mind. Oh,
Yeah.
that's even funnier. It's like I
Mhm.
spent the day outside. I planted my seeds and I didn't even want to come inside. Just like it was such a beautiful day.
Yeah. And actually, I did a little painting for the master class, which was interesting. It might be a little hard to see. It's a little dark.
No, I
Ah.
see it well.
And do you see anything in the painting?
Well, I see outside, I see ducks, I see penguins, I see hearts, I see chicklets, I see it's like if I look at it at all, it's like, oh no, I see a little chickadee right there, and then there's
Yeah, that's great because you're seeing what you're supposed to see. And do you see anything
Okay.
this way?
I see the wave. I still see outside, but in abstract kind of way.
Yep. Perfect. Love it. So
Yeah.
lots of birds, lots of
Lots
animals.
of birds and lots of yeah. And it's
Mhm.
funny because I'm allergic to dogs and stuff, and it's like we went to the zoo and we were almost done, and I started, okay, where's my Kleenexes? And, and it's like, but I didn't care. It was like I had a good time anyways, but it was
Mhm.
wouldn't be
Okay.
able to have a zoo at the house.
So that might be, that's funny. So there might be something around allergies as well. Again, I'm not a doctor, but I feel like sometimes when we have allergic reactions to things, there could be something underneath that as well, because your health is your wealth. So if you're not feeling energetically, like even though the animals are communicating with you, but energetically you're not feeling healthy, there could be something going on there too. Do you agree?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Working on it.
Yeah, and there's no pressure. So we're gonna close our eyes if you're okay with it. So we really just talked a little bit about module 1, which is gratitude. So we're just gonna come into a space. So if you have crystals or anything that comforts you, it's a good time for comfort. I mean, if you're holding yourself up and it's not comfortable, maybe just let your body get comfortable, whatever that looks like for you. And we're going to just go into your Akashic records here. So even if you don't know what that is, it doesn't matter. So what we say out loud is, I now relax my body. So you can repeat after me. I now relax my body.
Relax my body.
Good. And just showing your body what it looks like to relax. And then we say, I now relax my mind.
I now relax my mind.
Good. And then just showing your body what it looks like to relax your mind without analyzing it. And then you're just going to say, I now let go of my ego.
I now let go of my ego.
And all judgment in this space.
And all judgment in this space.
Good. Just noticing how you feel when you do that. And then you're just going to say, I now go into the light.
I now go into the light.
And access.
And access.
All knowledge.
All knowledge.
And wisdom.
And wisdom.
In this space.
In this space.
And I now access.
And I now access.
The Akashic records.
The Akashic records.
Yeah, it's all through intention, so it doesn't matter what you actually say. For Joanne. And then you can just say your last name.
You got it.
Okay. And then we're just going to take a moment here, and just as we enter this space, we're just going to explore however you're feeling. And just if you're feeling a little high energy or low energy, just observe it. What's happening?
I am relaxing. Oh, you have not, okay.
What?
When I go into the zone, I laugh.
Okay, I like that.
Anyway, I think it was one weekend we did, but you had to leave the afternoon anyway.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, I get like that sometimes. There's a specific person that I would do Reiki with, and when I went into that, she would work on me, and I just burst out laughing. And she's like, "Why do you do that every time?" And I'm like, I just can't stop. Like she would just put her hands on me, and I just burst out laughing. Anyway,
but it's all good. It's all good. It's my entire life when I was either stressed, happy, sad, name it, I would use laughter as my scapegoat.
Mhm.
So it's all good.
Yes, it's a release.
Yes.
Yeah,
And
that's how I see it.
A smile takes less, is a better relaxing than any antioxidant.
Oh yes, and there's something about the chest I find when we move the chest and we shake the chest and we make sound.
Does that mean we're gonna lose some judo?
It's so funny because I went for a run recently and it's been a while. I'm just starting to get back into that. And I just said, no wonder why so many people were staring at me. I said, when I lose weight, it's just going to be all in the chest. Anyway.
Yeah.
I'm working on it. Okay. So what, oddly enough.
Back on the subject.
Oddly, see, we go into the space and this is what happens and we don't care anymore. So what's coming up for me with you, anyway, it's interesting, is fish oil. Do you eat fish?
No, not much.
Do you like fish?
Not much. But I do eat like fried fish, but after you fry it, it's not healthy anymore.
Probably why it's coming up. Because when you think about the oil that you get from the fish, what do you think of?
Well, I remember when we were kids, our teachers would always have or our mothers would give us huile de foin maudit. Foin maudit, I don't know how you say it in English anyway. Fish oil, they give us tablets of fish oil because it's good for you. It's something you need. I am not a big meat eater, so that might be it too. That might be but then now I've been called a mermaid so many times because I love the water. So
okay, well, there's lots of stuff coming up in there. I wrote down meat oil, which is interesting because typically we don't get oil from meat, but anyway, there's obviously something there. So if we close our eyes again,
okay,
and we go into the past, and you think about pretend you're a mermaid in the past. We'll just say you had a past life as a mermaid. How do you feel when you're a mermaid?
free,
Okay.
floating, no pain.
Okay.
Then no pain, like the water hugs you, you weigh less.
Because you have little shells there.
Yeah. I don't know.
I would assume that
water is my happy place. So if I'm in the water, I'm happy.
Okay. Perfect. And do you have a water connection into your life now? Like, what's your connection to water now?
I don't know how to answer that.
Do you like water?
Okay. Yes. I want my pool.
Okay, there you go. And
it's like, and I am working on getting my pool, but the thing is, I don't want to share my pool.
Who do you not want to share your pool with? People?
Nobody.
Okay. So you
No,
want more.
it's just if no, I'm saying that it's like I don't like crowds, so I don't want to have a pool so I can invite people over. I want to have a pool so I can feel free and I can do my exercises in the pool where there's no pain, there's no.
I like that. Okay. And if you go into the
Not
future,
social. I just don't like people. No.
okay, that's okay. So if you go into the future, okay, we'll say over the next month, 1 month, in your mind, you're just manifesting here. I'm just working on that law of attraction, what you're going to create. And 1 month is a pretty small length of time. We're not going into 10 years. So when you go into your 1 month, where do you see yourself if you invite fish oil into your life? I'm not kidding.
I know. And I'm not laughing because of that. It's just I'm gonna have to figure out what fish oil is. It's like if it's, but
Okay, so say it's not a capsule. Okay, say it's just like a little bit of oil that you take that has all the properties that fish oil has. Okay,
right.
so it's like makes your body feel more fluid, more free, more flowing. There's no pain. It makes your body feel more like it's floating, we'll just say.
So you
And
just describe what it feels like being in the water.
right. So say in a month, like in the next month, you invite this energy into your life. Okay. You're taking the oil and it gives you all these feelings. And also invite through visualization the pool into your space. And that could be this home that you're living in now, or that could be also like at somebody else's place or in a location that you go to. Just invite the pool element in. So that's the same kind of thing, flowing, feeling free, no pain, nobody else is around. Just keep going into that space. And like you're feeling open. And when you're in this space, what are some other emotions that you feel?
Well, I feel when I'm in the ocean, I feel I can do anything, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because the pain is away.
Okay. Anything else?
When I'm feel free.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So if you think about, without thinking too hard, what might be blocking you from having all of these things now, what are some things that pop up?
Well, scared of failure.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And then I was meditating, and then I figured, what happens if I get all that and then I'm still not happy?
Right. That's normal. Mm-hmm. It's almost like fear of happiness.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
But my little girl is saying, wake up, because
Mm-hmm.
I get people need me.
Mm-hmm.
It's like it's not a matter of wanting to or not. I need to help people out. Uh, I need to bring like the help that I can. And it's like realize what the help is before I give it out.
Mm-hmm.
Like balance it, like align it.
And when you say realize what the help is, what do you mean?
Because some people come and they want answers, and they don't want the answer you give them. They want
Mm-hmm.
the answer they want. So you have to, it's I think that's the thing that I'm scared of too. It's like giving info to some people, and then the people will which doesn't make any sense because I know it's not, but I'm just getting downloads that one of my biggest fear is I help people out and then they didn't want the help. So they get into a place where they're supposed to be, but they don't want to be there because they're uncomfortable.
And they blame you?
And they blame me.
Yeah. And okay. Yeah. So was there ever a time in your life where somebody blamed you for something that was really their own responsibility?
We were 5 kids and I was like the youngest. So
So yes.
Yes.
Okay. And is there a memory specifically or just in general?
No, just in general. It's as I am waking up, I am realizing my reactions were real and were right, but I was the way that I was, or the people I were with turned it into, it was all my fault.
I'm getting the word manipulated.
There you go. Abuse and manipulated. It's like anyway, but then it's
so that's what we want to clear. A lot
yes.
of layers to it. So if you're just coming into a space of waking up, I would call it awareness or observation. Right now, just coming into your current present time. So although you're in your records, I'm going to call in Reiki energy for you as well. Just coming into this, still in this present time. So although you're in this space where you can access all this knowledge and wisdom, we're still going to remind you that you're in the here and now. So we don't need to relive the past, because often when old things come up, we don't want to relive them, and that's why we suppress them. But in this space, you're very safe. So would you like to know that it's safe to open yourself up to being present to what you're actually experiencing in the here and now? And if so, just say yes. Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
Perfect. So we're just going to start integrating it. So what that means is just allow that feeling of flow to start going through you. As if there's water running down, but don't rush it. Just let the energy start to move. And you talked about pain as well. So if you were to locate an area of your body where you might have pain right now, where would that be?
My feet, my ankles.
Okay, and what's going on there?
Oh, it's abuse. I abuse them, but they get tired fast.
Okay, and we're just going to do another visualization. So if you were to locate one ankle where you have pain right now, it can be both, but just if you can choose the side that's worse, we're just going to put a shape to the pain of abuse for being tired. And then you can just let me know what you see. Square.
Just a bunch of messed up circles.
Okay.
Just like scribbling.
Okay. Yep. And what color?
Black.
Okay. And what would the texture be?
Barbed wire.
Okay. And what about the sound?
Just a hum.
Okay. Its weight, is it heavy or light?
Heavy.
Okay. So we're going to take this black, circly, barbed wire humming heaviness. We're going to very, very, very gently, so don't rush the process. We're going to see that in your ankle. And as you remove it, maybe taking your hand even from an energetic standpoint, taking that and removing it from your physical body and taking it outside of your body. So again, observing and see it outside of your body. It's no longer inside. And we're going to purify the energy We're going to fill it up with love and compassion, mutual respect and understanding. Just see it becoming this white, sparkly thing outside of your body shape. You're going to ask it a question. What were you here to teach me? And just see what message you get. Whatever comes to mind.
Oh, I'm supposed to say it out loud.
Yeah.
It's slow down, but don't stop.
That's perfect. Okay. So we're going to take that new knowledge and wisdom. We're going to bring that into that purified shape. Sparkles. And then slowly, very gently, again, extra gentle, maybe go even slower this time. Bring it back into that same ankle. As you take a deep cleansing breath, you reassess, re-energize, coming into your heart space. How does your ankle feel?
Good.
Good. So does that message mean something to you? Slow down, but don't stop.
Yeah, it was a message I got. It was funny because I was trying to get a new message because I got it this morning when I was walking, and it's it's like I spent a year doing nothing, but improving myself. I shouldn't say doing nothing. I spent a year improving myself, and now I want to go full blast, which is my usual way. It's like I want to jump head first. And I know at the moment I can only do baby steps because of my surroundings. And this morning it was like, just do what you can do today. Just do. And I did what I could do today, and what I didn't do today, I can do tomorrow. But it's when I get stressed out, I go take a walk instead of starting 3 projects.
Good.
That won't be finished at the end of the day.
So moving forward, just as like a little side note, because module 3 is about connecting to your dreams and what you want for yourself moving forward, but doing it in little tiny baby steps. So you're not like making these things for yourself where it feels so far away that we kind of give up.
Yeah.
So especially where we have pain and abundance is very much related to, I think, happiness. So you're kind of hitting all of that at the beginning. Like I am happy and I want to be around happy people. I want to be in positive environments, and I don't want to be around people that suck. We'll just say.
Suck the life out of me. No,
Yeah.
but it's learning to block yourself from those people and not stopping you from not hibernating any, like for me to stop hibernating and saying it's okay to go out. Just learn to block yourself before you go out. And it's okay when it's time to leave and not force myself to do stuff because I don't want to make other people unhappy. Because if I'm not happy, nobody's happy.
That's true. It's like self-love, self-care, maybe.
Yes.
Yeah, I kind of felt that way at the beginning about like that you might have felt pressured to be positive, or you might feel like a little bit of like some of the heaviness I feel like comes from being like, I have to be grateful, I have to be positive because this other stuff is going on in the world. Where when we were working on the download of being present, it's like we take away, I need to do this, I need to do that, and just what, I am where I am, and if I'm not happy today, then I'm not happy today, but at least I can acknowledge where I am instead of trying to like fix it.
It's feeling the unhappiness instead of trying to bottle it up, like you said a while ago.
Mhm.
Feeling the emotions, if you're sad or if you're happy, it's like I say, it's a work in progress, but I'm learning to, okay, I'm sad, okay, feel it, and then let it go. But
Mhm.
then it's a lot of watching a lot of people, like uplifting people that talk about it and stuff like that, that helped me out and gave me the tools to be who I am today, you know.
Wonderful. So I feel like it's more about being around people that are very calming for you. And also sometimes identifying with what calming really means. So when you think about calming, how do you express what calming means? If you were to tell me here's what calming means, what would you tell me it means?
Well, it depends on the situations, because for me, calming can be laughing for half an hour without catching my breath. And then that is like getting rid of the energy I had in me, right? And then
Yeah.
after that, I'm calm. But then going to the theater and listening to music because music,
Mm,
the vibration of the music can either get you hyper or get you calm.
right.
But that's a loaded question, because calming can mean calming the mind and being in the present.
So, okay, so what I kind of get for you, just moving forward,
Yes.
is calming, you said, is like laughing is kind of your number one go-to.
Yes.
Like comedy, like people who are funny, things that are funny, it just kind of sounds like distracts you, but also heals you, and you change your perspective maybe a little,
Yes.
which I think we all could use more of. And
Yes.
then with music, it's more about choices, that it's about making healthier choices for yourself moving forward as well. It's like, I know what healthy is. So it might be like if you get into a funk, um, reminding yourself that it's like, today I choose only to focus on healthy things or healthy people or a healthy mindset. But that's where like our module 2 is about creating rituals and creating practices for ourselves that we can remind ourselves, like, okay, this is what I want, and now I'm going to continue doing this every single day for the next 10 days until I start to see results. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yeah, and then that's
Getting into the habit.
yes, absolutely. And that's why, like, over in the program, we do it over X amount of time, and you even have time on your own, plus you have the support group. But I'm getting like music is kind of like animals. We can react when we're sensitive very quickly to the wrong music, or the wrong animal. But we can also
Yes.
heal from music and heal from animals. Just like if we're connecting to the right people, we will heal. And if we're connecting to the wrong people, it can be very destructive, and it can become toxic. So if you
The perspective you look at it's how you look at it. The perspective of perspective. Um, because you can see a dog that's on a chain and he's barking and he's angry, and you can look at it and he's dangerous and stuff, or you can see he's sad and he needs help because he shouldn't be tied down, and that's the reason he's growling. But I wouldn't go up to him, but it's different perspectives of different
yes, it's is a glass half empty or is a glass half full,
exactly.
and what is this person experiencing right now, and because often as you become more present, you will think in even more in that way. So like, because you're already thinking that way right now, but if you
Yes.
become
Yes.
even more present, you're going to be even more in touch with that empathy, and not in a fear-based way, but in a compassionate way, because you're taking better care of yourself.
Yes.
So would you like to let go of all of the things that have come up for
Yes.
you so far? Because we already know what that is. I wrote it all down. So we're setting that intention of like all of that negative, I'm going to say charged up, not just perspective, but the maybe expectations that people had put on you, or expectations that you would put on yourself as well around all of these circumstances or happenstances that you talked about, especially around childhood. And let's replace that with all of the things that you said that you wanted to attract. So we already identified all of those things, but we're also going to say that or something better. So when it comes to money and abundance, you feel like you're an open channel or vessel for these beautiful emotions to start coming in, more of that water element that you described of being pain-free, more of that flowing emotion that you would like to feel. And would you like to also know that it's okay to let go of challenges that you're faced with and start looking at those situations as opportunities to grow instead of seeing it as like a block?
Yes.
Okay. And if you were to still feel some type of nervous tension or fear, what would it be related to?
I would not know. I don't know.
If you go into your heart, if you put your hand on your heart and you ask your body, what emotions is my physical body feeling? What would you get?
It would be failure,
Mhm.
but I'm more I'm already on the works of saying failure is not trying.
Mhm.
So if I try, I have not failed.
So, like one thing that we do in some of the groups that I'm in is we celebrate our failures. So we celebrate our wins. So the things that we're succeeding in, like say, oh my God, I manifested a new car, yay, I'm celebrating. But then it's like, hey, I had a fail. So for instance, my fail would be, it's not a fail, but it would be like, okay, I had 5 people signed up for my masterclass and 1 showed up. Okay. I would actually go into my group that I'm in and say, like, I'm celebrating that I had like 1 amazing person,
Oh,
right? And
yes.
like that's a fail that I'm celebrating because it actually, like you're just saying, happened. It's what ended up being what strengthened the situation, I guess.
It's because all the failures I had, I'd say 5 years ago, weighed me down. And I'm learning to let go of celebrate, like you said, celebrating the failures and saying, if I hadn't had that failure, I wouldn't be who I am today.
Right.
Wouldn't have learned that.
Right. So
I wouldn't be able to help people.
it's moving forward. It's the healthy habits. So it's like each day, this is what I'm focused on, is like today I'm going to have healthy habits. Today I'm going to attract and manifest healthy habits, period. So you're going to tell the universe that, and that's what's going to happen. And you're just going to trust that that's going to happen, and you will allow that to flow, right?
Yes.
Is that something you think you can do?
Yes.
Tonight and tomorrow?
Yes.
Okay, that's pretty easy, huh? I think.
That's easy. It's easy because it's like, it's funny because it's all stuff that I've been preparing for without knowing.
Right, exactly, because it's all unconscious and you knew this was going to
Yeah,
happen.
like I've been preparing for this famous night. I've been no, but I've been without knowing it. Like this is all something, you say, oh, I've the deja vu and stuff like that.
Yeah. Mhm. Yeah,
Sometimes I thought I was crazy. Now I know I'm just a normal little witch.
you're so funny. So do you want to let go of any heavy weight that you might be carrying around in your physical body. So like overthinking, overfeeling,
Yes.
especially like the pain often will come from the overdoing.
Yes.
Oh my God, I have to make up for this last year of doing nothing. So now I'm in overdrive. So anything to do with the word over. And where we're walking into Mercury retrograde tomorrow, this is a perfect time to be cleaning up some of these things, because you're going to want to have some of those tools in place, I would say. So, and let's replace that with trusting that you can hold yourself accountable for your life experiences as new opportunities arise. You can celebrate your fails. You can also raise your vibration when you're doing the right things as well.
Yes.
Okay. And would you like to give yourself a little bit more credit for all the work you've been doing? Because you came into this platform already having all the knowledge and wisdom. So I didn't give this to you. You already had it, and that you're giving it to yourself.
Yes.
Okay. Awesome. So we're going to give you a general overall healing as well. So as we integrate the energy, if you could just give yourself a little sweep. That's what I'm getting. Because I feel like you have Reiki training, don't you?
Yes.
Yeah. So I'm just getting, if you're, I mean, it's up to you. You don't have to do this, but I'm getting to just sweep it, like take it. You could just see yourself like in water, like a waterfall, just bathing and just like removing and letting it go into a river or something like that. And the word is coming up, replenishing, re-energizing, because Mercury retrograde is all about the rewind, reflect. It's a perfect time for taking more time to slow down and write and just kind of journal and experience what you're experiencing. So we talked about it, even if it's not positive, it's an opportunity to kind of share or explore what's going on. And I know that there's more in there, so I'm looking forward to tomorrow. So if you have some things that you decide you want to journal and you want to bring that up tomorrow night, it might be a great opportunity to just like share, okay, this is what I had coming up after, or anything that you want to share. But in the program, we get a 45-minute private session together. And that might be beneficial as well, because then we can talk about things that you wouldn't typically talk about in the group setting that you might not want to share. It's a little bit more personal, that's more confidential. And it's a 8-week program, and we have 6 calls, and those are Thursday nights at 7 p.m. Again, Atlantic Standard Time. So I think people we went a few minutes over, but I think people are kind of getting the gist of how, of course, you add another person into the group setting, it changes the dynamics, but how a lot of this is really more about moving forward than it is money and abundance. But how when you start to become happier and your energy starts to become lighter, that you realize that there are a lot more, I guess, opportunities that kind of start to come your way, because you start seeing them in that way as well. That's not really an obstacle anymore. So if anyone has any questions in relation to the program, you can book complimentary consults. You can also watch tomorrow night's event or join us. You can actually get in on some of the clearings, and we're going to be doing module 426. And I think that covers everything. Joanne, do you have any questions?
No, I want to thank you for
welcome. Yeah, and if you hop into the membership group, then you get $100 off. That ends May 16th, so by the end of the day. And if you also sign up early, then you get the free digital program that comes with that as well, which there's lots of theta healing around the law of attraction and abundance as well, which I think the more of this stuff we can get in general right now is really supportive. So if you feel called, I'm taking 7 people, so it's a great time to sign up. And I will see everyone tomorrow night. Thanks so much for taking the time watching. And thank you, Joanne.
Bye.
You're the best. Thanks for making me laugh.
Bye.
Bye.